and welcome back once more. Continuing where we left off last time in Shout Empire, continuing the self-imposed challenge of fear of walking, where the professional troops are not allowed to not have some sort of vehicle to ride around in. As much as the challenge implies that we're not having them walk, technically, if they're riding a walker, the walker is accepted, but that's the one exception of things that can walk. Once more, we're back. At the beginning of round at 93, for the intern, we did kill 7 infantry for the cost of 100 of our own. We have 5 decisions. I saw something about, I wanted the vid. Metal. One of the landing ruins discovered some metal. It would have been north side, okay. Of course, the city ended up becoming gold landing ruins as well, so this is going to be a different name. We like Fist. We're not necessarily on board with a cartography, but we'll take it anyway.
Yes, sir.
So we just finished up the infantry. We're going to do the MGs. Same sort of thing. High speed to charged Goss, and combat armor to heavy combat armor. Given to some of the demands.
Yes, sir.
Nothing. I would have expected to go up the zone. Let's do a rename. So this is landing zone, landing ruins, northeast.
Copy that.
We're gonna begin construction of this recycling facility and then add more colonists.
Copy that.
Construction-wise, did everything proceed? Everything proceeded. We'll have the first couple things start finishing next turn. The truck station, the recycling facility will finish. The supply base just finished. Should go ahead and queue up the next level of that.
Roger that.
Okay, try to defeat the encircled guys. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
Want a road going up, we want a road going east. Okay, I'm working on trying to encircle those guys. Should be happening soon. And then we do need more supplies over here. We'll back up a little bit into the green. Hopefully they get a little bit more supply. Push across. Push across. If they don't, we'll need to put another colony over here just to extend the road network. Probably go like over here, so we got access to that mine. We'll kind of enter tapping if we need it. Oh, and we should do, because we do have a new city.
Copy that.
Also have the artifacts. So they're getting used.
Copy that.
Darn, they've gone ahead and escaped into the low mountains. Or, well, by going to where they are in the low mountains, we can circle them. We can probably try to drive them back through the mountains. Not necessarily ideal.
Move it now! Mission accomplished.
Hopefully they don't go off into one of the high mountains where we can't chase them. So as we bring the walkers down there, and that will help. Okay. And around the bottom like so. Definitely need more troops down here for their expanding frontage. Okay, one more hex to grab there, and that pocket will be cleared. And then we can either send them north to help the mountains up north, or send them southeast, or southwest. Southeast we don't... Well, southeast we want eventually, because we'll eventually want to go fight them, but we don't need it right now. Model, we did just finish the new infantry, so I could go around... Try a bulk upgrade. And some professional infantry to do that too. Trooper 2, mass upgrade, SHQ, Trooper 3. There's 165 units of 100 to upgrade. We do in theory have the supply, we just don't know who have the logistics points.
Roger that.
$5,000 troopers, so we did 50. 50 in 5, so 5 were in range, rest were not. Okay, so mostly came off of the first, some came out of the second, third was functionally untouched. Okay, that makes sense to the third, because the third is these guys up here. Who are having just supply issues trying to receive their fuel. Yeah, that makes sense. We're trying to solve that with the supply base upgrade. We're probably going to have to put another expand up here, so put like a town in here. Maybe on the mine. Okay, I think that's all the troop moving for the war moment. Actually, I do have enough. Let's, we're gonna do replenish. This might seem a little weird, but at some point we're going to want the trucks to be upgraded. So I'm going to queue up 110 truck units. So we now have a bunch of trucks in the SHQ. And what we can do is we can then start attempting to do replacement orders. So can't do it down there because those are already the level 2 ones. We can try up here. Green bus, mass replace, SHQ, green bus 2. All of them are already ready to do replacing, so it just comes down to do we have the logistics, or we're replaced. So not very many, but we tried. And then we'll hold on, at least until we get most of them delivered to the old green buses. Okay, money went down over the intern, but I think that's fine. We still have a bunch of money. It's probably just the... Oh no, it's that we've sold so much oil, oil is worthless. Okay, maybe I should slow down. Well, actually, I should pick up on the oil consumption. Not necessarily slow down on production, but pick up the consumption. Military research, working on Beldress, eco, working on logistics. And that will help with some various stuff. Applied science. Yeah, it's probably time we call you up and move you to something else.
Roger that.
Vehicle, solar, water detox. Launcher, payload. That's logistic points, not... Well, what we're struggling with is mostly action points, I think, not points. No, I suppose that wouldn't be the end of the world. It might be what we do. Yeah, let's go logistics.
Roger that.
Optimization. That means we can make lower level assets do more stuff, basically. Between that and automation, we should be able to get the lower level assets just to do more. Which means we don't have to upgrade the ones as far away from the SHQ as much. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Okay. Seeing that the majors are still moving around in their dance. No indication they're interested in starting a war with us. Just that they're sort of dueling back and forth on the territorial borders. Oh, looks like I may have miffed the nomads there, which was expected to happen eventually. We killed 500 infantry over the intern. Round 94. Covers some metal that we don't care about. There's industrial robotization being discovered. So this has replaced workers by robots. So this is the old flavor text from the old version of this tech, where it reduced the number of workers the building needed. At this point, it's now just plus, it's like 100% more yield. So it's really, it's not replace workers with replace workers by robots. It's add robots to the workers so they can do more stuff. There we go, motorized siege infantry. I'm going to be very on board with that. I may even go as far as staff council. Yeah, we'll let them finish. I'm tempted to swap over to that motorized siege group, but we'll hold off a bit. Okay, we did definitely lose money. I'm gonna move some rare earth metals to generate
Roger that.
cash to offset the expenditure. Let's look at our troop situation. Yeah, we're still having supply issues up in the northeast. We got no... Don't really have any way to improve it anymore. So we're at the point where we need... signals. Need to just accept I need another city over here for logistical reasons. And that's probably where it's going to go.
Yes, sir.
Truck station. Railhead.
Yes, sir.
Rail. Back to the rail network. It might even be worth going both ways. And then once that's in, that'll become the new city. So this city will still get a little bit more colonists for like one more turn.
Copy that.
But then it's going to be sort of stymied in its growth because we're going to need them for getting stuff up in initial other locations. And then same over here. Well, we can pull back a little bit without compromising the front too much. But we definitely just need to pull back and get more supplies. High mountain, okay. It is more action points to move up into the mountains, so... Because the red... Is it the readiness here? Or it might be the fuel. We don't have what we need to get into those mountains. That's low mountain. So in theory, if we had the action points, we could get up into it, but... Apparently don't have it there. Okay, we won. We took losses. We mainly took losses amongst the militia, so it's not too bad. And it makes sense why we're taking losses amongst those type of troops, because, you know, the militia aren't packing the best stuff. Not necessarily packing the worst stuff, they're just not packing the best stuff. Got a little bit more potential for supplies going north. We'll do another attempt at upgrading Troop 2s to Troop 3s. I don't think it's necessarily going to work, but we can try.
Roger that.
Yeah, basically didn't advance anything. And then we do some mass replacement attempt on Green Bus 1 to Green Bus 2. Yeah, that's a sign. It's like, yep, no, you're not gonna get any of those delivered. Okay. So we're definitely waiting for supplies in the northeastern, in the north sector, basically. Regardless of where we were talking about in the north sector.
Move it now. Mission accomplished.
Okay, not optimal, but as far as going to the mountain range, it probably doesn't make sense to go right through where the low mountain is. That is kind of where we want to go through. If we're trying to force the mountain, at least. Okay, they had cut our guys off, but the guys, just by their sound positioning, were able to get back into control of the supply line. Okay. Definitely would like more troops down here. Not that that's necessarily going to happen anytime soon, but... I think I'd have to do the same up here as we're doing in the east. Just delaying the inevitable. I think we're going to do the east first. We're going to get this first one up. And then we'll do the north. And that'll probably be around here. So let's look at the traffic signals. Yeah, it'll be around there. Because we'll get another 50 off of this. And that'll put us at 100 there. Everything's going to proceed at speed, except for what's not. Well, including everything that's finished, right? So, a lot of things are going to finish next turn, assuming there's no delays. And some of those are not going to be resumed, right? The industry's done, storage is done, railhead's going to be done. Doesn't get delayed. Probably what we're going to do with that second facility, yeah. I'm definitely burning through the metal supplies quickly. Though I suppose mining will help, or the salvaging will help. We'll probably, to give this place some work, ownership-wise, we probably will start mining that metal. Yeah. We got a couple more ruins. There's only a couple. One there, a couple in the middle. So let's go ahead and hit this place with a archaeological effort. We probably won't find anything. Yeah. As I suspected, weren't going to find anything, didn't find anything. Okay, then we'll increment the turn. We're not yet fighting these nomads, so I'm not going to start something, especially if I can't bring guys down to cover this stretch. And we'll get those guys free as soon as we get rid of that guy. Okay, so they walk out of the encirclement, which is fine. Well, it's fine because we're not necessarily fighting them yet. So let them walk out. On to our turn, around 96. 3 decisions awaiting us. Military research. Discovery versus research. I think we probably want to actually refocus a little bit more on research. Not too worried about discovery at this point. Yeah, I think everything we want to discover, we are gated behind to doing more research, so we'll definitely bias in research favor. 75, 25. Or, no, we'll do 80, 20. We did just do MGs. We're currently researching the next rocket, so we'll hold off on the next bazooka. So we'll hold off on the bazooka. Do the bike? Yeah, let's do the bike. Not that I think anyone would want to ride a bike on this planet, but...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Critical success. Just some private credits still on, okay. And then what's the model efficacy of our buggies? 76%. Okay, so we're probably at the point where we want... And we only have Cooper 2s, presumably? Out and about? Yeah. We are probably at the point where these want to get an upgrade. We got a double upgrade on the guns. We can probably go ahead. We actually downgraded the engine before, so we can probably upgrade the engine on them. The recon buggy design, for example. So we want to upgrade the gun, which doesn't add any weight, just makes the thing better firepower. We've got the fuel, so we can go crank out the engine, upgrade, maybe turn around and turn that into a polymer, swap to polymer coating. It'll move the cost partially off of metal and onto a little bit of rare. Makes them lighter, which will make them move faster. Bigger engine gives them more movement modifier. And it's a firepower upgrade, so yeah, that's probably what we'll jump to next. So the next research we'll do is we'll upgrade the buggies. And then we may revisit the tanks, so on and so forth. Okay, did you finish? Yes. So you're now a new zone.
Roger that.
Okay. And we will develop the mine.
Roger that.
Gives you something to actually do. And we'll give you 2,200 workers. We do have someone in the reserve pool. I'll go and grab another talent.
Roger that.
Just so we have a little bit of a selection to pick from. And then we'll start building here. Because I don't think the supply base is going to be enough to fix our problems.
Roger that.
So we'll do a metal mine, a truck station, and a railhead.
Roger that.
And then a rail connection. Wow, I'm surprised it's so bad on the movement it can't even get back on the road. Yeah, that's an issue. That's a serious issue. Okay, pull back down to here. Much as you can. Just to lower the logistical requirements, because apparently we've totally tanked logistics up here. One return that should solve itself, but it's gonna suffer in the meantime, which is never fun. Fortune-wise, anything delayed? No. So those are the 4 new constructions I toggled up. We've got 3 still ongoing. Everything else finished. Railhead, truck station, the reservoirs, or the storages, the industry. Truck station we probably didn't need, but good anyway. Northeast Gas Recycling Facility done. Still working on the gas core, the deep core gas extractor. Power banks of the extractor of the storage is the one that just takes longest to upgrade. So it's the only one that's going. Okay. And then mining we shouldn't be out yet. No. Lowest is the rare metals, but the rare metals we don't use them very quickly yet. Well, don't use them very quickly yet. Maybe think about it. We'll go there, the hex, just to grab the hex. Honestly, I'd like it to retreat into that open hex, so we're just going to attack it straight instead of try to encircle it.
Mission accomplished.
Anyway, we're definitely struggling a little with the logistics. Let's pop up the bottlenecks, see if we can see where the bottlenecks are. So it's good to see they're not coming out of the capital. That's not where the bottlenecks are. Okay, so that's the action points running out, causing a bottleneck. Same going north. Yeah, action points running out, causing bottleneck. Okay. And there's a little bit in here. That's probably coming from us trying to upgrade troops. So we won't do any upgrades this turn, just because I don't think we have the logistics. We need the logistics to go out to the guys to give them their bolts and stuff. So sell some water. There's a decent price on the water right now. Though that might be because we've been upgrading the water stockpile so much that we just haven't been selling it. But sort of oscillate what we're exporting. We'll keep the income high. And then anything I want to play strat card wise? We already recruited another talent. Probably want to send out some spies, keep the covert leader getting better at his covert stuff.
Okie dokie. 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 Okie dokie.
Some of these locations were not quite, but almost guaranteed to get a critical. Critical is you beat the DC by 50 or more. So we've got a minimum of 103 on here. That's not quite 110, right? But that's the min roll, right? So more than 50% of it's gonna critical.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so there's some rotors out there. Territory, and then we got the arachnids. And then the other arachnids. And I think another arachnid. So there's lots of arachnids. How scary are the arachnids? 255? Yeah, that's reasonably scary. 255 versus infantry. That's technically on the arachnid infantry. That's in comparison to... Did we get one that actually gridded to... 3s? Yeah. That's in comparison to our trooper 3s, which are 214. So, yeah. Might have a little bit of a struggle finding the mono and mono, but we're going to be motorized, so we're going to probably have the ability to encircle them when that comes up. And tanks, obviously. Even though the tanks we're running right now are the out-of-date ones. Tanks are generally good at punching down on infantry. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Getting a little worried about the fact that we've gone through most of the metal, but hopefully that'll start to fix itself over time. Probably actually do want to start mining that metal, so let's do that. This has got mining ease 2, so we're going to get like 20% of this, so it's going to be like 50 yield. Oh, well, the metal mine doesn't cost any metal to build. That's actually nice. The metal mine not costing any metal good to build is great.
Roger that.
So as that might be, so it's harder to soft lock yourself. And then we got this metal mine going up there. We'll see how that goes. I remember when we had like 20,000 metal. Those were good days. Then I started spending it on stuff. Okay. Our turn, 96. We didn't get any kills over the end turn. We have 7 decisions. Discovered another rare metal deposit. Industrial accident we'll have to deal with. Bike Boys 2. Heavy assault infantry. Militia learn some experience.
Roger
Yeah, give them some money to learn better.
Copy that.
Focus on research. Here we decided we wanted to upgrade the recon buggy. So upgrade the gun, so more than a 2 times improvement. We're going to swap from 25mm steel plate to 50mm polymer. And then light engines to heavy diesel. Minor worker strike will pay them off. Industrial accident, you have everything. Got all my support to make sure that doesn't get out of hand, and it doesn't. Point leader. And a Cap 2 is a little bit more skilled at the job than the Cap 3. Cap 3 is going to grow into it better, but this is mainly just going to be a mining town. So it doesn't need the best governor.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Oof. Yeah, that's just showing you how bad the logistics are. Didn't even get enough fuel to be able to move to get more fuel. Okay, pull things back along the line. Hopefully that'll improve the logistics a bit. Oh, it's never great when the Galactic Republicans starve. Yeah, still ball neck. Wow. Yeah, okay, we're really getting any points past here. Yeah, granted, this is showing the logistics from the last applied. So this truck station might not have actually contributed to that yet. It'll hopefully in the future.
Move it now! All clear, sir.
Okay, the supply situation over here is improving now that we've pulled back to where the colony is going to be. The truck station railhead definitely did finish. Go ahead and make the zone. And then we'll assign surrounding territory to it. And we'll go a little bit farther, give it the rare earth metal mine up there as well. You're going to get the colonists this round,
Roger that.
just so hopefully you've got workers to make sure the mine completes. Okay, that mine got delayed, which is not ideal. That was the only thing that got delayed, though, so that's good to see. Completion, completion, completion. That should help with the northward. Everything else proceeded at speed, except for the middle mine, they got a little bit delayed. Okay. There's not really much to change up given that.
Mission accomplished.
Of course, the infantry retreats in the face of our attack. Maybe shouldn't have been surprising. Okay, let's do a traffic signaling out here. What's the action points? Basically used up. Okay. We already have a supply base here. Let's upgrade this supply base.
Yes, sir.
So that's coming from the west. West is apparently a little closer than the east. So we're running the supply from here. Actually better from the supply over here. Another thing I could do is I connect the road like so. Yeah, that'll buy us a little bit more distance.
Yes,
Toss
sir.
the supply base down as well. Basically take a shortcut down from the capital. See if we can get the supply situation improved here. Yeah, at this point we're more fighting the logistics than we're fighting the enemy. Population, as far as the globe is going up faster than everyone else's. Our planet zone control is going up faster than everyone else's. So again, we're definitely struggling with logistics. Logistics is the monster at the end of the dungeon in runs like this. Yeah, so I think we'll get this truck group back to the road so we can upgrade it. We'll get this truck group back to the railhead, or get them both back to the rails, and we'll upgrade them before we push them out again. Oh, and obviously we have a new zone, so the new zone gets the artifacts we have.
Affirmative.
Nothing's emptying in the mines, of course not. And none of those need upgrades per se. Because everything that's going on is we're running out of action points, not that we need necessarily more log points. That's it. Ah, there it is. We're up to 19 on the logistical optimization. Automation, we're up to 86. With 15 a turn. So next turn we should probably finish automated logistics. Military research is on battle dress. Probably want to go do the RPG one next. Okay. And they're working on the buggy upgrade. We'll probably work on the armor upgrade next. I assume the model for our light tanks, light armor. Well, actually, no, we haven't really tested the Abram too much. Simply because we've been using the Abram 1 so much, we haven't lost any of the Abram 2. It may still be worth doing a light tank upgrade. Right, swap over to the polymer. Yeah, that would be the upgrade, is we just swap over to polymer. Upgrade the armor a lot. Other thing to do is medium tank. Swap that over to polymer. So basically up armor it a little bit by swapping it over to 50 millimeter. A little less interesting with the engines. I was hoping we'd get a little bit of engines. We'll see. Okay, let's end the turn. This will probably be the last end turn of this part. We're definitely moving across the territory. Main thing holding us up is logistics. We're fighting the logistics battle. That's the thing that always happens on the larger planets is to take over the planet, you need logistics. Unless you're... I suppose you can play it where you're going for more of the population centers. Might be the good way, a little bit less logistics if you're just going from population to population center and leaving the no man's land to no man's land. And I may do that instead of fighting the arachnids. The arachnids might not be really worth fighting. But a lot of the non-aligned here, besides the arachnids, is definitely worth taking. Just because of the only real cost is fighting the logistics beast. Here we go, Justice League, round 97. We have 7 decisions. That's what we'll pick up in the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, because I'm going to record one more part tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to mute the mic for about as long as it takes to drink a half cup of tea, and then I'll be right back recording the next part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck, a good time, catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.